Welcome to Latricia Creates. I am Latricia. In today's video, we're going to create cork coasters using our laser cutter. Let's take a look at the materials we need for this project. For this project, we need cork, we need calipers, we need something to hold our cork down with. I'm going to use these magnets. We need masking tape and something to put the masking tape down with. I'm going to use my brayer and this little scraper tool. We need a design and we need our laser machine. I'm going to create the design in the Glowforge software and I'm going to be using my Glowforge. You ready? Let's make it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to measure the cork. So I'm going to turn on my calipers, zero them out, and put the cork on here. Mine is measuring at 0.203, so I'm going to keep those measurements in mind. Next, what we want to do is put the masking tape on. The masking tape just protects it from all the burning and charring. The one thing I didn't mention is that we need something to cut our masking tape with. So you probably need a pair of scissors or an X-Acto knife or something. Since I didn't bring anything, I'm just going to tear mine. No, on second thought, I'm going to go grab some. I'm going to go grab a pair of scissors. It's all ready to go. Now I'm going to head over to the Glowforge software to create the design. I'm in the Glowforge software and I'm ready to create the design. The first thing I want to do is find a shape. I'm going to go up here to the shapes and I'm going to grab a square. I want my square to be rounded, so I'm going to add a 1/4 inch for the rounded corners. And I want my coaster to be 4 inches. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to change the dimensions to 4 inches. Now we're good to go. I'm going to copy and paste it 3 times so that I can have 4 coasters. The next thing I want to do is I want to find some elements to put inside of the coasters. I'm going to go up to the plus sign where it says import artwork and I'm going to search for some artwork. I'm going to search for water. I'm looking for a glass of water. I think I like this one. I'm looking for something that is not too detailed because it does take a long time to engrave on the Glowforge. So I'm looking for something that's mostly lines. These look good enough for me. Now I'm going to go over and get the material situated. So I'm going to go over here to where it says unknown. Click on that. Cork is an uncertified material. It's not a Glowforge material. So I'm going to click on that. If you remember, I said my cork was 0.203, so I'm going to put 0.20 for my material thickness. Now I'm going to put in my settings for engraving. For my engrave, I'm going to do speed 1000, power 30. These are some settings that I found on one of the Glowforge documents in the Glowforge owners community. For the squares, I'm going to cut the squares and I'm going to use the speed of 300 and full power. Now I'm going to turn on the Glowforge to see how long it's going to take to engrave and cut these designs. It's going to take 42 minutes and 37 seconds, as you can see. So we're going to head over to the Glowforge, get our material loaded, and let it do its job. We're back at the cutting table. The coasters didn't cut all the way through, so I had to get my hot knife to finish them off. As you can see, there's still a small area where it didn't cut all the way through. So I guess I probably need to tinker with the settings a little more. Be sure to play with your settings and maybe do some test cuts and even some test engraves to make sure you get exactly what you're looking for when you do your project. I also had to change the engrave. I had the LPI at 225. I needed to up it to 270 because it was too light. So I made that adjustment in the software. Now we're ready to just peel it off and see the finished product. It looks like there's a design issue where it didn't engrave in these certain spots. I think these spots weren't connected. I probably should have tested that out before I cut it or before I engraved it, but it's okay. I'll fix it. I'm just taking all of the masking paper off. One of the things that I don't like about using this masking paper, although you see we have a really clean design with no soot or anything on the top, that's the benefit of it. But the downside of it is it leaves a sticky residue. So I need to clean that off. I don't like that. It's very sticky. Other than that, they look pretty good. Here are our finished coasters. I'm going to clean it up a little bit. I'm probably going to sand this up a little bit to make it a little neater and clean off the sticky residue. But other than that, this is our final project and they look really nice. I'm very pleased with how they turned out. Here is a closer look at our final project. As you can see, I added the word tea to this one. I also added the word coffee to this one. When I added these words, I didn't use any masking and they came out fine without the masking. Here are the other two. They all came out pretty well. I'm satisfied with the project overall. I hope you're able to make it as well. If you do, be sure to test out your settings for engraving and your settings for cutting because I don't want you to waste any material and I don't want you to waste any of your time. I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep creating.